Even though she had been tortured by illness until she was skin and bones, this tigress still had to drag her broken body to continue hunting because her 3 children couldn't yet survive independently. So on the 5th day before her life ended, she ventured alone into the deep water and killed a crocodile of considerable size. This was the legendary tigress known as the Queen of the Lakes, codenamed T-84 Arrowhead. Arrowhead was the queen of this lake region, but 2 years ago, she contracted bone cancer. By the time she was discovered, it was already advanced stage. The doctor determined she wouldn't live beyond 3 months, but a mother's life is never measured by time. Arrowhead, with a mother's will, struggled on for nearly 2 years. During this time, she had been tortured by severe pain while hunting, fallen unconscious in the wild for long periods multiple times, disappeared several times, and was even declared dead. But each time she miraculously returned with prey. Until now, all 3 children had grown up and could face the cruelty of this wilderness on their own. Only then did Arrowhead's will as a mother finally allow herself to lie down. From that moment on, she stopped eating, only drinking lake water to sustain her last bit of life. Until one day, she felt life was coming to its end, so she made one final decision. Dragging this exhausted body, she entered the territory of her eldest daughter, Riddy, now the new queen of this land. Arrow encountered her 2 grandchildren, but they didn't recognize this elderly elder and showed her wary fangs. Arrow immediately lay down on her back, exposing her most vulnerable belly, to show she meant no harm. Riddy nearby quickly recognized her mother and seemed to understand the purpose of her visit, because that skeletal frame couldn't hide the breath of death. Riddy approached Arrow and looked her over, then growled to drive away her 2 children, clearing a shady spot for her mother. Riddy slowly lowered herself and lay beside her mother, just as her mother had protected her when she was young. In a daze, Arrow felt all the pain disappear. In her daughter's presence, she slept the most peaceful sleep she'd had in 2 years, but she didn't sleep forever. She had to leave. As a mother, she couldn't fall in front of her children. When the familiar scent of the lake water came, Arrow seemed to remember her mother, Krishna. When she was young, she was the weakest among her siblings. It was her mother who carried her by the scruff of her neck across the rushing river. Later, Arrow grew up. Her rebellious instincts made her challenge her mother's authority time and again, but her mother always forgave her child with silent tolerance. The last time they met, Arrow still nestled beside her mother like when she was young, unabashedly suckling at the milk that had long dried up, but her mother still indulged her. Yet the delighted Arrow didn't know that would be the last time she felt her mother's warmth. The next day, her mother left this lake region, leaving the most abundant territory to her children. Now at death's door, Arrow returned to this homeland where she was born. She had thought what sustained her was the hunting instinct, but perhaps what truly sustained her was maternal love. This love made Arrow trek through desperate circumstances for nearly 2 years, and it was this love that allowed her, at the end of her life, to still hold her chest high and complete one last magnificent kill. Though Arrow died, she lives on as an unfading legend of Ranthambore.